Hello and welcome once again to the Lawrence County Football Show. And, well, what can you say? As we've been through week 0 and 5 weeks of the regular season, this is really when we start looking at it, this is really like our week 5. And for the Newcastle Red Hurricane, it's like New Year's Day. They have a non-league game this week against South Park, and the South Park team 1-3 with a win against Waynesburg Central, and losses coming to Beaver Falls, Derry, and Keystone Oaks. Look for the Canes to show the Eagles what life is like on the ground, as they will run the ball and give all sorts of problems to the Eagles in that area. You know, the Canes will look at the second half of the season and with a great glimmering eye, as they have rival Blackhawk, Knock, Highlands, and Ambridge, and this is a great tune-up as they move forward. Now, the Union Scotties have been up and down more than a roller coaster at Cedar Point. Starting off with a win against Shenango and then a loss against Cornell. They found a loss against Stowe Rocks and then a win, which evened them up at 2-2, and then a loss against Rochester. And this week they take on 2-3 Canterbury. Bishop Canterbury, with wins against Springdale and Avella, but losses coming to Laurel, Olsh, and it looks like the Scotties are in excellent shape to get the win, even though the game's away down at Bishop Canterbury. I don't believe that the Scotties will stay down forever. This will even them up at 3-3 and head them into the last 3 games of the season. Sounds interesting for the Scotties. Now, we're going to take this break, and we'll be back on the Lawrence County Football Show right after these messages.
Come dine today. If you could use some real good food, there's a place not far away. If you could use a drink or two, or a place to go and play, come to Gallows Italian Villa today.
Yes, friends, Chilella & Carney Floral Designs is alive and well in Newcastle. Owner and designer Stephen Doherty and his staff have a special motto: we love what we do, and it shows in every area of the business. Stop by their pleasant Southside store at 1006 South Mill Street. Chilella & Carney has been there for the community with quality and service since 1943. You can go to the website chilellaandcarney.com or call 724-652-8412.
Welcome back to the Lawrence County Football Show, and boy, if you're the Neshannock Lancers, you're really ready for this one, as Neshannock, with 3 losses, 2 wins and 3 losses, has a chance to improve their record against New Brighton. Now, New Brighton is sporting a 1-4 record, losses to Avonworth, Seton LaSalle, Mohawk, and Rochester. They have 1 win against Elwood City. Now, as you recall, the boys from Lincoln lost to Neshannock 14-6. So I think this is Neshannock's chance to even the record and look at the second half of the season with some newfound life. Now, the Elwood City Wolverine, they are traveling to Western Beaver to take on a 2-3 Western Beaver team that sports wins against Shenango and Summit. Now, they have 3 losses on the year with Mohawk, Southside, and Riverside. And this could be a tough test for the Wolverines because they are already 0-5. And the schedule won't ease up, if there is an ease up, till the last 4 games of the season. Look for Western Beaver to be strong at home and beat Elwood. Now, Shenango, they've had a rough season, and last week was no exception, as they dropped one to Riverside. This week, they take on a tough Mohawk Warrior team in what's an inter-county rivalry. Now, Mohawk, finding 3 wins against Western Beaver, Laurel, and New Brighton, and the 2 losses coming to Neshannock and Freedom really a great team. Look for Mohawk to give Shenango everything they want and a little bit more. Now, we're going to take a time out on the Lawrence County Football Show, and when we get back, we're going to go over our last 3 games of the weekend and
the Cedars is a
give
great
you a
restaurant with
right after
outstanding
this.
Mediterranean food. The Cedars takeout menu is second to none, featuring pizza, stromboli, hoagies, their famous lamb on the rod, and so much more. So when you're hungry and you want that Newcastle taste, make it Cedars. Now it's in Newcastle, 827 Addis Street on the east side, and all Cedars 724-658-9260. The Crane Room is a restaurant. The Crane Room is a bar. The Crane Room is a banquet facility. The restaurant will please you time after time with their diverse menu. Ask about their daily specials. See the menu at craneroom.com. The bar gives you an abundance of choices with 35 beers on tap and always changing. Their banquet services are always to perfection. The Crane Room, located at 3009 Wilmington Road in Neshannock Township. Call 724-656-1553.
Welcome back, and as we were saying before we went on break, it's Shenango and Mohawk, and the Warriors at home up on the reservation out there in between Mount Jackson and Bessemer, and they're taking on Shenango, and look for that to be a great county matchup. Now, the Laurel Spartans. The Laurel Spartans have dropped the first 2, and then won 2 and lost last week to the Clarendon Bears. They're taking on a 5-0 Olsh, Our Lady of Sacred Heart. This will be a tough one for the Spartans, even though it's at home. Olsh featuring wins against, well, they average 41 points a game. They beat Stowe Rocks, Northgate, Rochester, Beth Center. They're just for real. This will be a tough test for the Spartans, and we wish them luck. Now, in our last but not least of the season, of this week, week 5, excuse me, a lot of season left. It's the Wilmington Greyhounds, who have straightened everything out. Last week, a tie, 0-0 to Conneaut. And they take on Greenville. And Greenville's 1-4 with a win against Iroquois and losses against Hickory, Grove City, Sharpsville, and Northwestern. Look for Greenville to find it tough this week as the Wilmington Greyhounds come calling up there in Greenville in Mercer County, and look for the Hounds to pull out a win. And after that, it's clear sailing for the Hounds straight to the playoffs. Now, here's hoping it's clear sailing for you. We're going to take this out to the field, as every week we give you high school football in Lawrence County, and we look forward to seeing you out there. For the Lawrence County Football Show, I'm Angelo Parada. See you at the game.